It's May 19th. Another PASE, which stands for Product and System Education for all the new people. Our lineup for today, we have Carol doing product, and Jonathan doing book, screen. Okay, so right now we're gonna give the floor to my wife Carol. She's gonna come up and talk about the products and a lot of activities she's been doing.
Okay. I have everything set up on this table. So I want to show the table first. See all this? I'm gonna talk about. I got 3 stories. I'm gonna tell y'all about how I got my sales and how did I get them to purchase. Okay. So I'm gonna do the mask first because Kenneth's gonna show y'all a picture of why I didn't want to give this lady, a customer, all of them. One of them is for Furman, the red. Then the white one is for brightening, right here. And the green one is for hydrating. So on the face, if you see the screen, go up. Okay, on the screen, you see the white up on her face, the forehead, under her eye. She's brightening her eyes, her face. Then she's firming. Maybe her neck is under there. They look like the same color. The purple is the polishing. So she's either polishing her neck or she's firming her neck. And then she's either polishing her jaw, her cheek, chin. Anyway, it's showing you that you can do all 3 at one time. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. So one of my customers, he's about to get married next year. Actually, this is the guy that got us in the business. So this is the text that I sent him. I said, so, I follow up with him every 3 months to make sure that he has enough excess toothpaste and soap because he has a little girl that stays with him, but he only gets her like every other weekend. So I have to check in with him every 3 months. So we got a connection where I check on him, make sure he got supplies, and he gets whatever I asked him to get. So I asked him, with your new lady, she might want to have this firming mask, and also the hydrating mask. But I didn't prescribe to her the brightening because she is very light-skinned, like she's lighter than me. I'm kind of brown. She's light. So I would feel like I'm offending her if I had said get the brightening one. So I didn't do that. I'm trying to make friends. Okay, so we also have the purple mask over here. And then we also have the yellow one. It's a set. This is the purifying one. Purified mask for your face. Okay. This is the whole set right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 5. Where if y'all missed the bundle, you could have got the applicator to stick in the mask to, wipe your face, do like this on your face. And it also comes with they call it the jersey cap with all the colors. It came in a little pack. But you can't get the bundle anymore. But you can still get the mask, so you can sell it. And also the paper that Kenneth showed us, IBOs can print those sheets out and talk your sales, make your sales. That's what I did. I sent her after her brand new fiance ordered the set for her. I sent the whole artistry signature selection to him so she'll know what to do. And it's 5 pages telling her instructions what to do. So made the sale, got it done. And then also I'm gonna show y'all another trick that I've been selling on the twist tube. You can get these. Use your Office Depot for PD. Go on Office Depot line online and order bags. What is this? Sandwich bags. You get PV for it. Well, these little twist tubes, put them in here. This is your sample. I put it in my purse, right here. Put it in my purse. Walk around with it. When you see people drinking too much soda or they don't like drinking water, with the flavors that we have. Open it up. This one, the Bonjour, is raspberry. When they pop that top, let them smell it. Let them smell it. Put it in their water. Regular size water. Tell them to drink it down. Squeeze it in. You got your own vitamin water right in front of you. So why wouldn't you want to drink your own water? And then you shake it up. That's it. The boxes, I sell them for $38. These are your items. You sell it for what you want to sell them for. I'm going to get to the sale in a few minutes. I got it on paper. But this one is the immunity, 20 of these coming in a pack. And these are the new boxes. It's smushed up real small, but it's 20 in here. It looks small, but it is the same amount as the wider boxes that we used to have. Okay, so this is the cooler. Can they see this cooler? Anthony, can you come? Oh, never mind. Okay, this cooler stays in the back of my truck. See this? Now run ya. These big cans. Stomach. Tastes like, what they be saying? Mountain Dew. This one, Mountain Dew. This one is the orange drink. This one is the tamarind. If I hear you with an accent, I'm pulling out the tamarind quick. The Latino lady, I'm going to tell y'all about that in a minute. The Latino lady, when she heard this, she wants 2 cases. She didn't even try it yet. Perfect water. It tells them on the side what all it does. It's great for oxygen, itemized. Hope I'm saying it right. Oxygen rich. Gives you great balance. Everything. It's on the side of the bottle. Performance, taste, health, lifestyle. Okay, that's it. This is what I walk around with in the back of my truck. Okay, 2 more stories and then I'm done. And I'm gonna get to the item numbers. The one lady that I met at the laundromat, this is what she did. She saw me talking to another lady at the laundromat about our body serum, the soap. So that item number is 11816. It costs $24 for a pack. Then she got the variety juice, the variety burn juice, $27 a case. Then she got the variety case, that's $27 as well. So, okay, all that was $78. Plus shipping and handling, her total was, let's see, 197. I got 97.41, but I know that's wrong. 97.41. It was 97. Okay, 97.41. That's one lady. She went straight to the ATM in the laundromat and pulled the money out and gave it to me. The other lady, she ordered Vision Health, item number 104144, $39. Then she ordered the Heart Health Omega. Item number is A8919. It's $42 a bottle. With the shipping and handling costs, it came up to $100.22. Okay. Oh, I told y'all about this one. Oh, when I sold to the lady with the 2 XS and the bar soap, she has eczema real bad. So that soap, she really wants that soap. It's the only thing that helps her. She said another lady used to come by her house and knock on her door and sell to her like a couple of years back. Well, that lady don't come around no more. So just happened, I heard her say her head was hurting because she drank she had 3 Dr. Peppers on the way to the laundromat. Now, this lady just got out of the hospital a couple of years back from drinking 24, did she say every day? 28 Dr. Peppers, like she doing like 4 a day. You understand? So they put her in the hospital. They had to take out her gallbladder. And then she was telling me how she's tired of drinking, tired of buying water. So I showed her the perfect water, and she was like, I remember she knew about the business, but she never got this much stuff at one time. So she said, don't you have like a E water? I said, E Springs. So I told her about it, and she's gonna order that this month. And also because she got 5 kids, she's tired of buying water outside when she can just, walk up to the sink and get her water right there with the E Springs help, of course. And she also wants to get the air atmosphere, that we sell as well, because of her kids. One of her kids has eczema as well, and he also has asthma. So she wants to get that for her and her kids. So that's one lady. Then the other lady, she just got the 2 supplements. Well, she wants to get more supplements, the XX supplements. That's like $124 by itself. So I talked to her, and she's gonna get that next month because she's still working on the 2 that she already got. Also, the lady that with the eczema, her daughter was there around Mother's Day. She was giving her mom a gift. Well, she saw me with the twist tubes. All I did was bust it open, put the water, and I started drinking it. She said, "What is that? I smell something. Smell like fruit." I said, "Yeah, it's raspberry." So I did this, let her smell it. I said, "Drink it. It's fine. You can have it." She drank this and gave me $15 for the pack. This is the pack right here. So I gave, of course I'm gonna hook her up. I gave her 2 more water so she can drink some more. Because she is the daughter of the lady with all the Dr. Peppers that she's been drinking. Oh, this one is drinking Sprite. I ain't talking about no one Sprite. I'm talking about the big, you know how they do the dollar ones in the dollar store, like this high? She's drinking 3 at one time, all day. Like all day, through the day. 33, you know what I mean? This is bad. And it's not good for her health. Like, this girl is only 17. She looks 37. Her face, dense. She's so unhappy. She's doing bad stuff for her body. I want to help her. So that's why I did that. Then with the other lady, I was telling her about the one that bought the 2 supplements. She asked me, did I have anything for kids? I got something for that. I went right back outside and I got the book and I showed her the supplements for the kids. So she was like, do I get it from you? I said, yeah. It's in the home one. I'm sorry, the health one. You see all these little bumblebees? That caught her eye. She said, oh, they would love that because it looks fun. I was like, Lord, thank you. That's a word that I'm going to use, to sell other supplements to families with kids. But listen to this. Chewable daily. Kid chewable dailies, right? They are flavored grape, multivitamins, support your immune system. Then we got another one there, gummies. Gummies, they think they're candy. They're going to grab them. So I told her, I said, yep, she wants the whole, you see the whole, it's 2 pages. She wants the whole system. So, yeah, you talk and show these catalogs, you're going to sell. But let me tell you what I did. With this, the mask, the lady with the excess, the lady with the supplements, just all I did was ran my mouth, told them what it do for their body, and they bought. It was almost $300 worth of sales. Just this. And I got more stuff coming. You understand? So
now also, Carol, I like the fact that how this all started was you were at the laundromat with your soap powder.
Oh, I forgot to tell. This is how it all started. It's not even going to tell y'all this is how it all started. When I go to the laundromat, we use our own products with soap and booster, everything. We set it up because you got a scoop, put the quarters in, everything. So everything's set up in line because we got like 2 towels over here, colored clothes over here, colored clothes over here. So while I was scooping, this lady came up and said, oh, I want that. And I was like, okay, oh, you want to use some? Like you didn't have any? I didn't understand. She was Latino. Her daughter came running in there and said, my mom wants that box. How much? I said $40. She said, when you want the money? And I was like, give it to me now. I go home and get it and come right back. So she is gonna put in an order for the one. What is it? How much is it? 150 loads. You can wash 150 loads out this one box that we sell, and it's $40. So yeah, that's how it started. All this, that's how it started.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Takeaway.
Oh yeah, takeaway. Navina, she used the mask. What's wrong?
What was that?
What?
They said, chipmunk.
Chipmunk saw a rabbit.
Okay.
Is it a chipmunk or a squirrel? Okay, you want
If it's big.
All right. Leave the animals alone. Go ahead, Navina.
So I just had a little testimony on the new artistry masks. I'm super excited about them because we all know like how different people have different skin tones. Well, I like these because each area of my skin needs something differently. So the day we got them, I went upstairs immediately and I put the brightening around my eyes. I had the purifying around my like oily T-zone, and then I had the hydrating around my lips. I had the firming on my neck and the polishing on my hands. And I came down and I was like, look, you guys, and it was like all colorful and because it's so great because you can cater to each area. And you'll find a lot of your clients that are like that. And it doesn't matter, like you said, light skin, we're prone to under eye darkness, and we have something that caters to it. So it's super exciting. Make sure that you try them out for yourselves. They smell great. My dad was like, oh my God. He was like, can you do that? He asked me, he's like, is that possible? Or can you be doing that? Yes, it's possible.
It's possible.
You can do that.
That's fine.
Awesome.
All right. You want to have any takeaways or have any questions for Carol about our products and sales, anything?
I have a quick one. Jump in. Hey, we want jump, but got it going on. Right? So one quick question. You talked about some of your customers were interested in vision health and the heart omegas. I heard your intro about how you got the launch detergent folks started, right? But I didn't hear the intro on how you were able to market. What was the initiating conversation around the heart health product line and the vision health? Like which customer was that, and exactly how did you get them, to find that need? How did you find the need and then connect the dots?
Oh, okay. Hold on, let me show you.
Hello,
How are you? Hold on, I'm about to show you.
All right, thanks.
Okay. You can't sell any product if you don't know what you're talking about. I know that. You just say, like if they say something is wrong, like her arm was hurting. I saw her with the thing around her arm. That's why she got the supplement for her heart, because she said her heart hurts. So I read.
So how did you initiate the conversation?
How did I initiate? Oh, I asked her why did she have it's like her shoulder, and it went all the way around to her back. It was a long piece like this, and it was a Velcro thing she had on. And I'm nosy. I asked her what was it for.
So it was a brace.
Yeah, it was a brace, but it was on her chest. It was real heavy.
A chest brace.
Yes. It was all the way around here and it went up under here. And she said her heart hurts. So that's why I told her that I had something for your heart health. And then she said, my eyes. This one blinked. Like she was blinking at me. So I was like, okay, your eye hurts, something's going on. Tell me what's wrong. Hold on. That's not it. That's the heart one. I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on. Wait.
Take your time.
There you go. Vision Health. Right on the side. All of this description, you need to know how to explain it to them. So when she said her eye was jumping and she felt like she couldn't see clear, I said we have a support visual sharpness. This called Vision Health with lutein. Lutein. I couldn't even pronounce it right, but I knew what it is, and I showed it to her. And it's 2 little tablets that you take. Purple tablets, they're real small. I told her they're not real small. I mean, they're not real big, so it would choke her. It comes in a pack of 62 tablets. And I also told her that the extracts from bilberries and black currants, rich in
Oxidant.
no, it's not oxidants. It's a long word, but I showed it to her. She said it's got to be good with the long word. I didn't disagree with her. I mean, it's right here in the book. And then I told her,
You have the book to show.
yes, I carry that black bag. That's the magic bag, and it's the magic cooler. I carry all this stuff with me. If you want to make the sounds, you gotta have everything with you.
Okay.
Okay.
I just told her what it was.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh yeah. Then I didn't want to say.
Okay, so I just wanted to say that as you can see with Carol, and her spread, I mean, you don't have to know everything about everything, and she has her book here, and you just have to have the products that when people, and what she did is she had her ears and eyes open, right? Basically, if she heard somebody had a headache or they were complaining about something, she had a product for it. And so with her marketing strategies, it's just basically being aware of your surroundings and listen to conversations. If people are complaining, then you may just want to have a conversation with them and let them try some of your products. She also had the products on hand, exactly. And that's the beauty about it, is that she has all her stuff on hand that she can bring it out. This is a show and tell business, right? If you say you have a business, you should have something to show, right? And so she has the products on hand to show, like when she's selling Excel, she has a cooler. They can pick whatever flavor they'd like. If they want to try it, she can sell it by the individual cans. And so she does a whole lot of retailing because of that. This business, our upline always says, it goes both with the as you're registering people for the marketing business, you also want to do the sales. And she's very good. She has gotten so good at this that that is why I wanted her to talk today about what she's been doing for the last couple of weeks. Basically, her retail profit has been incredible. So that's all I have to say. Just make sure that you're keeping your eyes and ears open. And if you hear somebody's complaining about something, make sure you recommend a product to them, or give them, like she said, give them the catalog so they can read what it actually does for them. You don't have to be scientifically correct about everything. Everything is in the book that they can read it and get the information.
But I would like to add something to that. We all know that your blessings are out there. Okay? Miss Carol and Anthony is out there building their business all the time. And it all started with one Hispanic lady that knew about the products, right?
Yes.
So you see, I mean, we go to the same or the laundromat there sometimes, and we have a lot of clothes. We never bumped into people like that. But the Carol and Anthony, they're out there, they're doing their products. Like she said, she had her products spread out on display. And this lady recognized the products so many years ago, and she knew the benefits of the soap powder. She immediately said, I want one of that. And from there on, all of these, they get an e-spring. It also mentioned an air filter system, right?
Yes.
So all of these things just came about, not just because, but because you're out there and your blessings is coming into you.
Yes.
Right?
Awesome. Good stuff.
Good job, Miss Carol.
There I go. Okay, and this time we're going to go into the education part of our system. And, Jonathan's going to do the book. For those that are not on books yet, I just encourage you to get on because those books can expose a lot of your weaknesses and yeah, and it can also familiarize you with a lot of the problems that you will face with the individual. Excuse me, individuals that you encounter from day to day while you're
Out there contact.
Thank you.
He's excited.
I got it right there. Oh, okay, so Jonathan, you ready?
Thanks, Anthony. And you're exactly right. The book does expose your mishaps and faults. So that's true on that. So today I'm gonna talk about the book of the month and why the book of the month program is so important. Well, Anthony already kind of told that, but still, I'm still elaborate on it. So for me and a lot of others in this business on our team, we weren't all versed in business concepts or our actual. Well, now we are, but before we started, we're business owners. So the great thing about our mentorship program, BWW, they not only do they have streaming, which Naveen's going to go into later or next, but they also have books to help us educate ourselves and change our mindset from employee mindset to a business entrepreneur mindset. So the book of the month I'm going to talk about is called Leadership by John C. Maxwell. I just started reading this book because I'm still going back through the last book of the month to focus on some changes I need to make myself. But I started reading this book, and already just from the first couple of pages, it started to give me some enlightening concepts and things I need to think about myself. So one actually that I actually really liked was in the beginning of the book where it talked about cheetahs, and I'm gonna go into why what is so fascinating about cheetahs. So in the book, in the quote, it says, anyone who has watched a cheetah run down an antelope knows that these cats are impressively fast. But it turns out that the speed is not the secret to their prodigious hunting skills. In a novel study of how cheetahs chase prey in the wild shows that it's their agility, their skill at leaping sideways, changing directions, and abruptly slowing down quickly that gave these antelopes such bad odds. So the reason why they were talking about cheetahs was talking about being able to adapt, being able to have, in a sense of business, agile thinking. So what that told me was that based on a cheetah, I can be as fast as possible, but if I don't have that agility to change, to adapt to whatever comes my way, then being fast is just you're not gonna really grow or go anywhere. So one thing it says, the more nimble and adaptable and flexible we are, the more quickly we can move and change. So when I heard that, I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense, because when you're out there talking to people, you don't know what you're gonna what type of people you're gonna run into. Everybody has different personalities. Everybody has different ways of talking. Some people talk fast, some people talk slow. So you gotta learn how to adapt as you go to everyone that you speak with, everybody that you connect with. Sometimes you may run into somebody who doesn't want to talk to you at all, or doesn't, sometimes, and you are so you're so adamant of talking, they don't want to speak. So you're like, okay, cool. And so you just keep going or whatever. adapt to your environment, adapt to where you're at. Another little tidbit I got from it was in the book, it says Chinese proverb that says that the wise adapt themselves to circumstances as water molds itself to the pitcher. So that actually brought, so one thing, as Kenneth knows, everybody knows, I love Kung Fu movies. And one thing that I always watched when I was little was Bruce Lee movies. And I watched a interview that he was talking about. He was saying that they asked him, how is he so good at learning all these forms and learning? He's like, you must have your, he told himself, well, I picture myself as water. Water can shape itself to anything. So when I'm learning, I make sure that I picture myself as water, so I can adapt to anything that comes my way, whether it be whatever form or whatever I'm running into, I can adapt. So as I was thinking about that, I was thinking about how when I go out, and if something doesn't go my way, or if I'm coming from work late, how I'm going to adapt to the situation of coming home late and I may not be able to go out into the field, how I'm going to adapt to that. So when I'm thinking of that, I'm thinking, okay, I can just go here. I can go here to study. And at the Starbucks, which is 24 hours, talk to people there, or I go to Walmart or whatever. So when it comes to leadership, and from the book, when it comes to leadership, the biggest thing that's going to shift you to becoming an even better leader is adapting to your environment, to the people you run into. That's just some things I learned from the book. Like I said, that was just in the first 7 pages. and I'm already 13, 15 pages in just from reading early this morning to about maybe, let's see, 5 to about 6. I was writing down and going back and forth between stuff. So like Anthony said, the books does more than not only shows you weakness, but also shows you things on what you want to aspire to grow to, as far as being a leader, being a better person, where you want to be betterly in spiritual or whatever aspect you want to improve in. Basically, these books are definitely can help you improve on those things. So that's pretty much it. And back to the host.
Okay. Navina? Okay. All right, this time we're going to have Navina come up, and she's going to be doing the streaming for us.
Awesome.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Navina Prasad, and I'm going to talk about the streaming. So first, I'm going to talk about why streaming, or what is streaming. Streaming is our BSM and now our Extreme app, where you get to listen to talks from very successful people in this business. You get a talk a week, I think.
Or if you're on
Extreme,
you get every talk.
You get every talk
Right.
they've ever made.
Which is the best.
Yeah, there's about 1,400 talks out there. And basically we stream so that you can work on your mindset and pick up the mindset of those that have been there and have done what we're looking to do. The streaming that I'm going to talk about is by Tony Papalardo. And it is the one that's called Are You Honoring the Partnership? He starts out by talking about how the business has evolved from what he had talked about watching his dad and how they used to build a business. And I can totally relate to that, because the business that I've seen my parents build is a completely different business than it is now. With the process and everything that's coming, they're continually growing and improving the system. But he also talked about how, even though the system is changing and evolving, the principles are always the same. That they're everlasting. The core values are the same. And basically, one of the core values is the golden rule: do unto others as you would want others to do unto you. And the core values and the golden rule, and having those values is what you want to take into the center when you're meeting people. he says that the techniques are good and being able to know how to do the process, MG1s, taking people through MG1s, MG2s, and all that is great. But having integrity while doing that is what will bring you to becoming the leader and having people who want to follow you. And I actually thought this streaming was very interesting because many of our streamings we have out there are a very good 45 minutes, good listen to on a commute. This one was only 20 minutes long, but there's a wealth of information in there that I don't know if I can be able to cover in 5 minutes, but I strongly urge you to, if you haven't listened to this one yet, and if you haven't even gotten on the streaming process, to find out how to do that. He talks about how there are two, last thing I'm gonna talk about, he talked about how there's two mindsets of people, a fixed mindset and those who have a growth mentality. And if you find yourself, and I know many of us in this room don't do this, but if you have someone that's constantly saying they don't like something, or I don't agree with this in the process, or I don't agree with that, then they have a fixed mindset and they're not thinking properly. That's not the way that we should be thinking. Honoring the partnership is a decision base that each individual must make. You must make the decision to budget and get on Ditto. You must make the decision to read every day. You must make the decision personally to do it. And that's all in the mindset in which you do it. You can check boxes off, like check I read, check I listened to a streaming, check I did this. And I have found myself where I get into the rut and I'm like, yes, check, I read 15 minutes. And then I think about what I read and I don't remember any of it. And that's when you're not reading to learn, but you're reading to check off a box. Mm-hmm. He talks a lot about why the mentality in which you're going through the process. And he said something that made a lot of sense to me, in the sense that he treated every crumb like a feast. So every tidbit he got from his uplines, everything he got from the streamings, the books, every little crumb he got, he treated like a feast. And he's like, there's so many of us out there, but we listen to all the streamings, we listen to all the books, or we read all the books, we listen to our upline, and we get these feasts of information, we treat it like a crumb. We don't do anything with it. So it's about how you're going out there, how you're treating the mentorship program, how you're doing and the mindset in which you're doing everything. So I really, there's so much more. I have so much more notes in here, but I really encourage you to go find out how you can get this talk by Tony Pappalardo. And I'll show you the number when I'm done. Thank you.
Just tell the number on here.
Oh, okay. So they're asking which talk this is. It came out on May 13th by Tony Pappalardo, called "Are You Honoring the Partnership?" And as soon as my phone loads, I can tell you the number.
Okay, we need to.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you.
This time we're gonna have Kenneth Drayton. He's gonna be doing double duty today. He's gonna be doing the system. I don't know what part of it discussed.
Launch.
Launch. Okay.
2219.
2219? 22. All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, we posted it right there, okay?
Okay.
All right. Everybody relax. Take a deep breath. Okay, so well, I'm talking about the system here. Now, the system has framework and it has mindset in it, okay? And both of them are partners. They go one-on-one with each other. The framework is not meant to be rigid. It's just a guideline, okay? And so you got to use discernment, common sense, and flexibility with it. Now, if you study the pre-launch and the post-launch process, okay, if both from a mind frame and a framework and from a mindset, you would see that there are very strong transitions between each of the steps. For instance, when you get the offer call, there's an offer email you have to do, right? And it's asking you certain things that you would have gone through the pre-launch with. For instance, what does it mean to be all in? You know, and another one is what's another one?
Honoring the partnership.
Or what does it mean to honor the partnership? You know, and all of that stuff, right?
That's Ditto on the first.
We're doing ditto on the first. All of that is preparing you for the launch. Okay, so that when you go into the launch, it's not a shock to your system. Same thing with the launch. When you're coming out of the launch, okay, it's preparing you for the 30-day core run. Okay, and so you cannot skip a step. Okay, you can't skip any of the steps. So what I want to talk about is what Kumar put up for us to use. Okay, there was a specific document he used, and it has 3 parts to the launch. Now, Sanjeev was very clear about it. He says you don't have to do all 100% before you go on to the 30-day core run. Okay, but there's certain aspects of it that you should definitely minimum have. So what I wanted to do was to go through that and show you guys some stuff here. So I'm going to share the screen. Okay, and then I'm going to bring up that document. All right, is everybody seeing the screen? Yes. Oh, I hate this note thing. All right, so you could see here, this is verbatim. I did not change anything. If you go to Kumar's website, this is what he has up there. There's launch part 1, launch part 2, and launch part 3. Okay, and these are the steps that we're supposed to go through. Now, what I did is I took the same thing and I put it into a checklist format. The only thing that I did change was number 3, where you have the book, The Magic of Thinking Big, because some people are reading another book, Compound Effect or whatever. That's the only thing I changed in there. Everything else was cut and paste.
But at the launch itself, that is the book that we're giving, The Magic of.
Okay, so anyway, that book is in there too.
Yeah.
So you can whatever that, okay? All right, so you see it's broken up into 3 parts. The analogy I personally like to use, you don't have to use it, but this is what I use when I'm you know, launching new partners and everything, is that first you got to set up the shop, then which is launch 1. And then launch 2 is where you put the products on it. And launch 3 is where you're opening your business. And then you go into a 30-day sale or whatever. Okay, it's just an analogy. All right, so let's go through launch 1 first. Okay, and keep in mind, I'm not talking steps. The steps were on the piece of paper. I'm talking mindset. You know, how should you be thinking? What's your attitude? Okay, so it's not just the framework alone. It's how you think. So I'm not being what do you call it, transactional, right? I'm being relational. Anybody want to hug me? Okay, all right. And so the first part is obviously this is very transactional, right? First you got to get registered with Amway, right? The only thing here that might be changing is the security questions. We now have the Amway ID thing and the new thing that's been launched. You know, these documents are never static. They're fluid. So I'm sure they're going to be changing it because of this new thing that's coming up. So it might be another check thing. But I'm just using what is currently up there now. So if you go and look there tonight and you see something different, don't call me. Okay, all right. Don't call me, man. Okay, and Carol can tell you she uses her personal retail website all the time. You know, now what if you didn't have one of these, you know, set up to launch? You know, the assignment, they're gonna, after 90 days or so, they're gonna call you anyway and say, are you really signed up for this thing? Right. So this one is just formal, right? This is just getting thing, and then the next thing is to register with BWW. It's free. You subscribe to the Extreme Basic package, right? Now, not everybody can do that right away. Right. You might have to do that in the 30-day core run, right? But you should have a plan together to get it in the 30-day core run. It shouldn't be, okay, we're going to do that in the 30-day core run. And when the 30-day core run, nothing don't happen because the person is now struggling to get these habits going. So you didn't transition smoothly enough. You need to tell them, but it's $74. Okay, let's do a zero-based budget with you. Let us prepare you properly to get you there. Okay, so that second one is something that has to be done before the end of the 30-day core run. Sanjeev was very clear about that. Okay, and then you want to send a BMP message, you know, to your upline. Okay, and this is assuming that you subscribe to that also, right? launch. The next thing is the book of the month. Okay, so it's the magical thinking big. Okay, you should get that book because there are certain, the mindset is in there. And like what Navina was said, it's not just said, oh, I read tick. You know, what's excuse-itis? What are the diseases of procrastination and all of that? You should know these things, and you should accept it and internalize it. Okay. And then, of course, you're going to want to get some samples. Again, this is verbatim. I just have it in a nice, pretty format. You know, everything has to look pretty to me. Yeah. Okay. And take it seriously. The person has to know what they have their hands on. Okay, take it seriously. All right. And then here's some homework for the new IBO to do. See if you can get on the Amway card. Sanjeev says all the time, get on it. They're always running a special 100 PV, 100 PV. Right? And then open your own personal account. This is part of the zero-based approach. Change your business account to direct so that your money comes in under 15. Look through the house. This is very important. Do an audit. This is mindset, you know. This is not transactional. If you're in a business, if you own the Benz dealership, would you be wearing in the Benz dealership a BMW shirt? Okay, so if you're in a business and you're getting supplies, your home supplies, and somebody come inside there and they see something from Walmart and you have the Colgate here and you have the Tide there, they're not going to think you're serious. Right. So this is mindset. This is not, don't think that this is just a checklist that you just check. You see? And then browse through Amway. It's like what Carol said, you got to know your business. Browse through Amway. You know, that's one of the first things I did when I got in. I started to browse. What is it that I have? What's available? It's the catalog is a subset of what's online. You know, does anybody know that you can be accredited? You can go to the resource center and do the training. Yeah, there are over 200 courses you could take. Yes. Right. You know, so nobody should prompt you to do that. Right. If you had a barber shop, you would be doing those things. Yeah. This is what Kumar talks about. I'm not getting too angry, am I? You get badges when you finish. You want to expand on that? Oh, okay, all right. All right, and then of course, then you want to start. Don't wait for the 30-day Quran. Read, listen, watch the BWW TV, okay, and attend all the associations, right? So here are the important things to launch one. Get registered, subscribe to BFM, send a message, get used to the tool, get some samples, and get onto Amway.com and start to read, listen. Now you see this note here at the bottom here, and where's my cursor? It's under notes. Okay, it says at every stage, share talks, loan share talks, streaming CDs, books as appropriate. As appropriate means some people can't afford to get extreme bass and the books and everything. So the upline or your business partner is going to lend you those things. At the launch, it doesn't matter whether or not you can afford it. It's are you reading? Are you listening? Are you getting ready for the 30-day Quran? Are you educating yourself? You're not going to be an engineer unless if you go to class. You listen to the teacher, you do the homework, you attend all the classes, right? That's the only way you're going to get an engineering degree. You don't get an engineering degree after you take one semester. You have to go through everything. Let me give you a story. I hope you guys don't think I'm talking at you. No. Okay, all right, let me give you a story. Real quick, this is important. This is mindset. There was a diamond, I can't remember who it was. I think it was Shanoy. He said that he was driving through his neighborhood. If you guys know who the diamond is, just let me know. He was driving through the neighborhood, and the biggest lot in the neighborhood, there was a work site, a lot of work people there. And for weeks and weeks, they were just there. And he said, what are they doing? Nothing is happening. So he went in there, he talked to the foreman, and he said to the foreman, what's going on? He says, oh, we just laying down the foundation. You know, and within 2-3 weeks, the big old building came up. And that's what the launch is. The launch is laying your foundation. If you lay, another stream said that if you lay Francis Pappalardo, if you lay a weak foundation on, you're going to be like the Leaning Tower of Italy, pizza or whatever it is. You know the one that lean. Right. So this is foundational stuff. Okay, you can't afford extreme basic at this point. Okay, turn to your to your business partner. Send me some streams, some share talks. I know that there are about 100 of them. Oh, lend me the book. You know, start to take the classes. You might not be able to afford it, but get into the mindset. The business magical thinking big. Okay, and do all your reading and all of that. So that's launch one. Now you set up your shop. Everybody good?
Yes.
All right. And then launch two now. This is where you start to do volume. Sanjeev was very, very, very clear about this. He says if you have them going into honoring the partnership, this is after the 30-day core run, and they're not doing the eagle volume, you're building the business the old way. The new way is set them up doing their volume. I don't, did anybody else hear anything else? That's what I heard. Right, okay. So have them do eagle volume. Does anybody know what eagle volume is?
Everybody should know.
Anybody?
I'm not hearing from anybody. 150 PD. Single or couple?
Yeah.
You just call out your notes here very quickly, huh?
It's better to slow down to speed up. I know everybody wants to go eagle real quickly, but build it right. You know, and so we receive the intro pack, obviously, and do the web tour and work towards. Notice it doesn't say do. It says come up with a plan. Come up with a plan to do it. Either you do it in there or, okay, this is what I'm going to do for the 30-day core run. I'm going to get 5 customers. Okay, here is my customer list. It has 10 people in there, and I'm going to get 5 customers, 10 PV each. Who are these people? Oh, this one works here, this one works there. Okay, which product are you going to target them with? What samples do you need? That's launching. Okay, so it's not saying that you have to have extreme pack and everything. You know, it takes a while. You got to lean into it. You don't go into a gym and say you want a 6-pack and it's 2 days to do it. You're going to still have a 1-pack. You understand? And you set up your ditto. You set up your ditto, just like how down here it says browse Amway and place products in the cart. Set up your ditto and zero it out. Zero it out unless some people can launch in 2 weeks because they're highly paid. They're making 5 figures a month. They can launch in 2. In fact, some can launch in 2 days. They just boom. And other people don't have that means. So obviously you're going to have to slow down, work with their time budget, work with their money budget, work with their energy budget. Okay? All right. And then the final one, this is the transition. Well, okay. The budget session. Right. Okay. So launch 3 is the final transition. You have to do time management and you have to do a zero-based budget session. And a zero-based budget session is not done once. You have to keep that going. And we have a tool. We have a tool that Shauna Sahai did for us. It was an Excel spreadsheet. And then I made it all pretty. Okay. It is on the PASE team documents drive. And everybody should have gotten a link to that. The PASE team document drive. You may not have it as yet. You have to go to your appliance to get that. Okay, and it's everything up there is not from Kenneth. You know, it's like this document here is not from me. I just repackaged it verbatim, except for these books here. All right, and then the final part, you could see this really is getting you ready for the 30-day core run. Okay, and that is you get your story right. You started your list building. Sanjeev said the list that you should be looking at is your customer list. Okay, they shouldn't be contacting and doing MGs until they're honoring the partnership. Okay, and then get started with the conversations and DTMs. This is 30-day core run stuff. So you're getting them ready. This is what you're going to be doing. Day 3, this is what you're doing. Day 5, that's what you're doing. Okay, and then the book the MG ones. You know. All right, so it's this is the game plan. This is not, you're not doing it here. This is the game plan. This is what we're going to be doing in the 30-day forum. This is what we're going to be leading up to. All right. Does everybody understand the mindset?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, do you understand that it's not rigid? It's not rigid. It's very flexible. This is just a guideline. It's the mindset that's more important. This is just a guideline to make sure you haven't left off anything that's important. Okay. And so, but the takeaway I got from Spring Leadership when Sanjeev was there is build the foundation. You know, he says do a lot of upfront work so that later on, you know, there aren't any big holes or gaps. So you don't have to have everything here ticked off to do the 30-day core run, but the mindset should be there. It should be 90, 95 or whatever. You know, the person should have a mindset, I'm going to do this 30-day core run. When you see somebody repeating the 30-day core run over and over, it means that something was missing. Either the time management wasn't looked at or the mindset was not looked at. Something is missing if you have to restart. That means time management or mindset is not there. I finished. I gone back to Anthony.
All right, at this time, Florida people, I know you had a BBS down there the other night, so if anybody has a takeaway that they want to share with us, now's the time, so I'll turn it over to you all.
Awesome.
Anybody wants to go first? Hilarious. Anybody wants to go first? As we get our notes together.
Y'all bet you want to ask me, right?
Yeah, you can come up. Right, yeah.
You want to go first? Go ahead. Yeah. Sure.
Don't all go at once.
Yeah, that's right. You want to say that you got this up. Hello. If you don't know me already, my name is Julia Rose, aka JR, aka that girl.
Hey!
So, two things that I'm going to take away that I wrote down were project where you want to go. You have work to go. You have work to do. And I was just like, you right? He was talking to me, but you right? So I was just very happy with him, Frank Joseph, saying that, because if you don't write down where you need to go in order for you to reach your goal, then you won't notice how much work that needs to be done. A lot of people like to say, including myself, yeah, I want to go diamond. Got any game plan? So to avoid that, I definitely wrote this out and plan on doing a little bit more game planning on where I want to go. Another thing that I wrote is, if you're not thinking about downline success, you're not going to be successful. And yeah, that's all that needs to be said.
Good job.
Gathering notes. Go come true. I mean, yeah.
Trevor?
Trevor Jean?
Yeah,
you can come true. You can just start from there. Is that you?
Okay, so one of my biggest takeaways from the event, from the BBS, was when he said, I may not be the most efficient IDL in the business, but I'm working really hard to become the most effective IDL. And that really spoke to me, because being the most effective, that can really like being efficient is all right, but being effective, pretty cool.
Yes. Good stuff. So funny. Wait.
How's it going, everybody? Trevor, of course. One of the takeaways that I got, well, I have two specifically, but one of the takeaways, come right there, thank you guys. One of the takeaways that I got was Frank mentioned an equation. I don't know if it's true, but I'm gonna take it. He said needs times faith equals motivation. And everyone has needs. And when use those needs that you have and you back them up by faith, you'll be motivated to do whatever you want. The second thing is not necessarily a quote or something that I heard, but it's what I saw. Seeing Miss Sile and the other two young Black gentlemen who were standing on the stage is as if you were looking into a mirror and you see people who are like you, like-minded, and making this happen. And it was just very inspirational and very touching. That in itself was motivation.
Yeah.
Like if you don't see Miss Sile always talking about her, speaking her praises of the business, but she's not only speaking it, but she's on the stage saying it works because it did.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Hero.
Hello, good afternoon. My name's Aaron Thompson. Some of the cool nuggets that I got from it, some of the takeaways I got from Mr. Frank Joseph is the first thing that really stuck out to me was he says, success doesn't happen to you. It happens because of you. And I'm looking like, okay, we get somewhere there. That really hit me to the heart. And it's following up to a part 2 on that where he says, you should write goals you should write goals for someone else. Like what he means by that is work your business like you're trying to break platinum. We always think about, I want to go platinum. But if I write my goals towards making my team go platinum, it'll happen. It'll fall to the standard, to the right, standards that we want to accomplish. And then the last thing that that definitely stuck out to me was he says, where are you? Sorry, I'm looking for it right now. Do you set goals with expectations? Don't just set goals just to set goals, and just because it sounds nice and it looks nice on the paper. But do you have the expectations to actually accomplish that? Do you have a timeline? Do you, what are you doing to actually get there? So do it with expectations. Don't just set it, but right on the side, what are you doing to get there? That's the main thing. Create the details and the underlining of that. And that's what I got from it.
Wait.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Hey, Roger Kia, man, that was such an awesome BBS. I loved it a whole lot. Frank Joseph, man, that's about his experience. What really caught me about him is how excitement could bring so much results. When he shared his story. Within this first one of his, when he got sponsored, he went 1,500 PV. I was like, what? And your first one of his, he got sponsored. I was like, wow. And he didn't know his upline was out of town. He didn't know what he was doing. He just was excited and he just put in the work. So when I really heard it, I was like, wow, like you could pretty much do whatever you put your mind to. There's nothing limiting you. So once you could think it and you could do it, and you got the work ethic and the energy to back it up, it's a done deal, no matter what. So that really stuck with me for sure through our whole BBS. I was like, wow. And on top of that too, what he's really stretching was consistency. He's like, you got to be consistent no matter what, because a whole lot you could be putting a whole lot of work in now, but how long are you going to carry that out? And there's a nugget that he said that addressed that. He's like, you can't have a 5-year dream with a 2-week commitment. I was like, why? And I was so powerful when I heard that. Like, it's absolutely true. You got to put in the work, not just for that moment of time of that excitement for that moment, but you have to be consistent. Make it a habit every day. He was like, hey, make it a habit to meet a new person every day. Make it a habit to meet a new person every day. And from there, I just was inspired, and he's just a great guy. I was like, you know what? Let's make it happen.
Hey, absolutely. Got you. Yes, we went to the world. Gotta get like Kenneth to be able to do AV and present at the same time. So that's funny. Hey, Crowns, to Atlanta team, it was amazing. We had a lot of tearjerker problems at the event. A whole bunch of wetness were coming out of our eyes because Frank went into detail about his story about what happened with Debbie and what have you, and the challenges that he ran into, and he talked about the Power Worldwide team pulling him through that, and he talked about if he was in any other career path, right? Which he was the like on 15th story with having 2 secretaries you have to go through just to meet him. I'm like, that's what's up though. And that's when Wayne Canada met him and where he got to see the opportunity where Wayne came to his office, you know, and I'm talking about that. So. And of course, what really had the wetness coming through serious is because it's because of him, my mom, brother, and my family have a chance to build a business in Trinidad and Tobago. Period.
Awesome.
The system, the BBSs, the spring leaderships that they have there. You know, the open meeting, Kevin Ramanan, who is one of his emeralds, I think, down there, or sapphires, I think, there. And I literally talk to Kevin almost weekly because of their open meeting and the South open meeting that my legs currently plug into there. I mean, and it's phenomenal. And I shared with Frank, I got a chance to talk to him after the event that Kev, I mean, their open meeting is almost exact, if not exactly like if you're at Atlanta's open meeting or Jacksonville or the others that I've been to. Fully systemized. And I shared with him, because we're blessed to be in Tallahassee, to be creating the system here too, you can realize and take humility in how much work it takes to have that level of excellence all the time. When you are creating something from scratch, it ain't easy. It ain't easy, especially when people coming into the fold don't know what right looks like. So they're counting on you to bring it to them every single time. And I shared with him that I was so impressed that he has not only just one, there's at least 3 open meetings across Trinidad and Tobago. And the work that he's done to create so many emeralds and diamonds. And when I went to the Port of Spain open meeting, I shared that with him too, that the amount of success that's across the stage, you know, where people have been live in a third world nation where it's a 10-to-1 ratio for landed product, dealing with customs and what have you. And that fight that they kept doing for years to do that. And it's the reason that they persisted, that when they persisted so that my family could have a chance. My family can have a chance. So so wetness started trying to happen there. We are moving on. And just real quick, super humble to be on stage. I don't know what's wrong with those Orlando people bringing up Eagles on stage and saying that we're part of leadership. That's what's wrong with them. But I'm humbled by Trevor's statement because, you know, as we grow, you know, Tallahassee is going to be even more on the map. We have so many winners here that deserve to be on stage. You know, we saw that in the Orlando BBS, there's one team you could tell making it happen because everybody across the stage said their name as the upline. And I know that there's room for us there. There is room for us there. And I thank the Orlando leadership there too for even giving us a chance to think that we're worthy enough to even talk on stage and to be a part of that growth. So I'm just very humbled by it. And you know, just guys, just keep pushing on. It is our year this year. 2019 is the year of PDAT. It is the year of PDAT. Making it happen. Soon. We're gonna have the BBS right here in the Civic Center. That is our dream, and that is our gift to Kamta, Nadia, and Sanjeev, and the whole of our LOS, right? Yeah. Because of the work they sow seeds into us. Right here, down the street, you'll come down and do your BBS right down here. That's right. Okay? Right here, in Tallahassee. All right? Thank you.
All right, so hey, we're gonna keep it down there for a second. Do you have any new people who want to come up and introduce themselves?
Not right now. We do brand new IBOs, registered IBOs. They just got registered. So yeah, we can tell them hello. Alright, we have a few others in the pipeline. I think Martin is getting ready, and Martin who's on the line there too. He's getting signed up in early June. So that's what we have so far.
Okay.
All right. He's registered.
Hello, everyone. Hi, guys. I remember most of you from the last convention. I'm very excited to be here and so eager to learn. So I'm going to need help from everyone, obviously. And I look forward to seeing you guys hopefully in July.
Yes, I hope if anybody here wants to share.
Oh, yes.
So Rob.
Rod,
Yep, I'm here.
yeah, you had a BBS as well. You got anything you want to share? Any takeaway?
Yeah, I do. I do.
Awesome.
So hey guys, I'll let you see my face for a little minute. So I'm here at some friends' house. But yeah, I did have my BBS yesterday. It was awesome. It was actually an emerald couple, Anugrad and Nidhi,
Yeah.
and they're the uplines of Robbie and Archie Chawla. So they're actually sponsored, well, mentored by Ganesh Shenoy, Double Diamond Ganesh Shenoy, and they have two diamond legs. One diamond leg is the Robbie and Archie leg, and the other diamond leg is his brother who's in Australia. So they had a really cool story. I'll just give y'all a couple of takeaways. One takeaway that I really liked was a good plan today is better than a perfect plan tomorrow. So just get moving, type of deal, right? And they also said, don't prioritize your schedule your priorities, right? Right. And another one they said is they talked a lot about the power of the spoken word and what they learned from Bill Britt. And they said, your words are powerful. So if the words you spoke are actually tattooed on your skin, how beautiful or how handsome would you be? Right. So make sure that you're always speaking good words and positive words and uplifting people. So that's just I have a ton of takeaways, but that's just a few that I got from that BBS. It was awesome. Kevin and Beth, everybody was there. So I'll turn it back over to the host.
Great job. Carol and Anthony and Kenneth.
Well, you gotta come over here. Where are your notes at?
Well, you speak separately.
Huh?
I'm not getting in the middle of that.
You can say yours.
All right. Well, I
Yeah,
just said mine.
say yours.
All right. I know for the longest time, we've always heard people saying, "Fake it till you make it."
Who was our diamond?
Rick and Tony Fetchaw.
Oh, yeah.
Well, speakers at the BBS. But something that I took away from it, and they were saying instead of saying "fake it till you make it," they said "face it until you master it." And something that just resonated to my mind. Last little point. It said that your programming was not done to you. It was done to you, not by you. So that's what I took away from that right there.
Awesome.
Thank you. Oh, I just wanted to say that he was saying to put yourself through the process, as well as put your candidate through. Like, don't be looking for them to do what you're not doing.
Right.
So that's what I took away. Like, you just gotta be patient with your person and just take yourself through the process as you're taking them through the process, and just do it right. Just go by the process and everything will be fine.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, he actually had a lot to say, so much so that when it came to the story time, he was still teaching.
Yeah.
And he was so full, and at the end when he was running out of time, he's like, oh dear, I got so much more to say. And we took tons and tons of notes. And one thing I do when I go to the BBS is I look for things that I can actually apply afterwards. I'm not looking for the cliche statements. Those are good, you know, and I write them down too. And so one thing I learned was just like what Carol said actually, and that is don't count the number of red flags they have. Look at also the green flags.
Yeah.
And also, if you were to be put through the process, how many red flags would you have?
Yeah.
You know, okay. And because we're not there judging people, we're trying to help them. So so the main message I got out of his talk was to be patient. You know, this is not rushing through the process. Okay, it's the old way of doing it. It's slow it down. That's why it's 3 to 6 weeks, or some people say 4 to 8. Whatever. whatever you say, okay, it's slowing it down. You're going for quality, not for quantity. You know, don't rush into Eagle Ship or Eagle Plus or Double Eagle. Do it right so you don't have to go back and correct it. Okay. And so the other thing that he said that I'm applying in the field, and that is, you know, there are people out there that you're naturally drawn to. You know, like I would be drawn to, you know, people, you know, my age or a little younger, or, you know, and all of that. But he says, talk to everybody. Talk to everybody. If the person have green polka dot skin, go talk to them. It doesn't matter. Okay, and those were the two applicable things I took from it. Back to those.
Can I say one more thing?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, absolutely.
After this BBS, I really just knuckled down and made a promise to myself, as well as Anthony. You know, this is my family. Anthony is my family. It's just us. We don't have any kids. And PDAT is our family too. And we want to be on the map to help everybody, you know, grow, you know, everybody do their part. So I made a decision right then and there before we left. Like when they finished the BBS, I was like, you know what? He was talking to me. You know, I felt that way. After crying and, you know, getting the emotional part out of the way, I was like, you know what? I'm talking to everybody that says hi back to me. And, you know, I run my mouth all the time. So if they say hi back, I'm talking. Like when them Latino lady, I forgot to tell y'all, I asked them no, to break the ice or hola. Then when they say something back to me, I'm like, no, that's all I know how to say. Breaking the ice helps me get to these women, right? So then when I was talking to the first lady, already made the sale, the lady came in after her. Okay, it was Doris first, that's her name. She brought the supplements and then they switched shifts. Another lady came in, Rosa, and she was the one that was complaining about her she wasn't feeling good because she drank all them dang Dr. Pepper before she got there. So I'm listening. I was listening. I'm like, why your head hurt? You know, you're on the second shift. How long you been working here? Like, I haven't seen you. Like, we've been in here washing clothes for the past like couple of months now, and I haven't seen you. You work second shift. She said, yeah. I just got here. I got 5 kids. She just started going off. I got 5 kids at home. You know, I got to work here. She got 2 other jobs. She works somewhere else, and she works right down the street. And she was like, I got a headache. She said, I ate that chicken sandwich on the way. She said, I know my chest acid reflux. So I was telling her about the digestive enzyme. I got something for that. I went outside and got that book. She needs digestive enzyme. She needs the perfect pack. She needs the oh my gosh, she needs the joint health, and she also needs the immunity for her the immunity health, the twist tube. So everything she was saying, I'm putting it in my head. I got something for that. That's all I kept saying. I got something for that too. And then she kept talking. I got something for that too. If I didn't listen or talk to that lady, I wouldn't have made the sale. That's all I wanted to say.
She needs everything.
Yeah, everything in that book. And then she already knew about the products because the lady that used to come, another Latino lady used to knock on their door. All she did was sell products. She hasn't seen that lady in like almost 2 years now. That lady is gone. I got her. I got whatever she needs. I got her. It's in my car. I can go pull it out and give it to her right then and there. And I know she's gonna keep ordering the soap because I know she needs it for the eczema. And I know she's gonna need the excess just to keep her away from being in the hospital again. So it's a done deal. Awesome. I'm talking to everybody. That's it.
Awesome.
Okay. We were joking around here right before PASE, talking about the Marvel Comic Universe. So Jonathan and Rodney, I know you guys can relate to this right here. At this time, straight off that Rainbow Bridge from the 9 Rails of Paradise. Yeah, that's the one that they were. It was called Hawaii. Awesome uplines, Compton, Nadia Passage, to put your hands together. Get on and just you guys are gonna call the words. Aloha, ahi hai. O como mai. And ole pili kai.
And I have one, Ohana, and that means family.
I'm Mahalo to you too.
Mahalo. Okay. Anyway, guys, we had a fantastic time. As you can see, we're rejuvenated and just ready to go. But it was an incredible week, and I have to tell you guys, we might have been in Hawaii, but Kamta, I mean, all of us, but him more. He was just working it, and every person we talked to, guess what? They were from Atlanta. So, is everybody from Atlanta here? Every couple that we spoke to was from Atlanta. And it was just incredible. We had the most incredible time, but more important, we got a bunch of numbers over there. And we were, just doing what we do normally. I mean, that living our lives and being places. And like I said, just being able to do naturally what we do is just talking to people. It's just a part of us and who we are. So, we had a lot of conversations. Like I said, we have a bunch of numbers, but we had an incredible time, guys. And I'm telling you, Hawaii is just a dream, and I can see why the diamonds go there every year. We actually didn't go to the island that the diamonds go to because I won't go there unless I'm a diamond.
Unless Amway takes us there.
Unless Amway takes me to Maui, we're not going to go there. So we went to a different island. We went to Oahu. Oahu is Honolulu, Waikiki beach, and it was incredible. I mean, just the whole view, like you open up your shades and there's this big old blue ocean of the Pacific right there. And it was just incredible. I mean, my husband tried a boogie board, and that was a joke on its own.
I need to correct you. It was not a boogie board. It was a surfing board.
Okay.
This thing was 8 feet long.
Okay, so listen. So all I saw was Nabina cracking up so hard, laughing, and I said, "What happened?" She says, "Daddy is out there with the surfboard, and he has Anya trying to help him." Both of them went flying. I don't know where, but. Hold on the counter.
And we are bringing me in and taking me out.
I know. He was being sweet with the door.
Standing on my gun.
It was. I wish we videotaped it because it could definitely be an America's Funniest Video. The most hilarious thing, and we just had a blast because Anya got cut up in the process and scraped up.
Everybody on the beach was laughing at us.
We were laughing at them because we were having
a good time. It was actually hilarious to me too. Because, I couldn't stand up in the way of just.
But one thing I wanted to say, which was a goal of mine, and it just tells you, when you have a goal, and you work towards it, it just becomes a piece of cake. Last year when we were in Italy, we had to walk up these stairs, and the stairs were like very vertical and steep. And I had such a hard time walking up that stairs because I had no idea where I was going or what I was getting into. But I just want to tell you the power of the mind. Now, as we were going to Hawaii, we started looking at all the different things that we could do. And one of the things they said you should do is you should hike Diamond Head. So mentally, I was prepared to hike Diamond Head. We started, preparing, like walking, doing all the things that is necessary for that hike. And I was so proud of myself that I hiked the whole thing all the way up. I mean, I didn't even take a shortcut because we figured out the shortcut afterwards. But they made me go up all these stairs, and it was just so incredible. The one I got up there, the view was just breathtaking. It was just incredible. I mean, all you see was blue ocean, and it was just amazing. And you're like way up on the top. And so I was like, my goodness, I did it. When I was up there, I was like, man, I did it. So I was able to walk down. And then, of course, walking back down was a cinch. But that's not the only thing we did. We hiked another falls called Manoa Falls, which was the next day. And guys, I'm telling you, that's something that I probably wouldn't have been able to do had I not, like I said, mentally prepared that I'm going to be doing it. Plus, I was working out for it. I was taking all my supplements and everything, and just kind of really get in shape for that. But we had a blast, guys. And I'm telling you, you just have to get free. You just have to build this business where you make enough money where you can just live your life in different locations, and just enjoy life, because that's what it's meant to be. Like, it was a Monday and we were there walking, doing things that were like, and Hawaii is such a hang loose place. Like, everybody's like, calm down, there's no need to rush. Their whole island is just a hang loose place. And like I said, even the workers there, they take their breaks, and it was just such a refreshing thing to be able to, like I said, and then we walk out our front lawn, and everything was like every department store you could think of, Fendi, Gucci, and my kids were like, oh, we're home, they love that stuff, my kids, they just go crazy. And so I just want to give you a little joke and I'm done. But we took our suitcases and we packed them up like you wouldn't believe coming home, because we did so much shopping for, they bought everything what they had to buy. But we had to getting in the plane, the bag couldn't fit on the plane. So they had to take some of the stuff out and put it in bags. It was the most hilarious thing. So and we had the whole plane waiting for us. But I mean,
hey, everybody's watching. Everybody's watching.
We're like, we're the Prasads. We're here. We were actually 5 minutes late running to get to the flight because the TSA was so packed up. But they waited for us, and I mean, they even actually called us and said, "Are you guys coming on the flight?" I'm like, "Yeah." 5 minutes, but it was incredible, guys. We had a blast, and it was just incredible. That's all I could say. And here's back to come.
All right. I'm not going to do any training today because you run a little bit late, but I would just want to comment on a couple of things that everyone did, like Miss Carol, let's give her a big round of applause. One of the most important, two very important things that Miss Carol touched on. One is she always have at the back of her vehicle all these products that she talked about. Yeah. She have those products there. And also that she talks to everybody. She said, what they said, you're nosy. Yeah. Well, it's not nosy, it's just being aware of what's around you. Right? You are aware here, right? That's how you're able to create this your business on the side. Imagine next month when they do the water treatment and the air filter. That's 1,000 PV right there, all by yourself.
And a lot of markup.
A lot of markup, yeah. Yes, wonderful. And then Jonathan with the book, man, you caught me there, about the cheetah thing, I was like, oh man, Jonathan is not even married as yet and he's a cheetah. But that's I realized was speaking about the cheetah. C-H-E-E-T, all right.
But cheetahs change speed too.
And Navina, you did an awesome presentation on the streaming. Yes. I'm proud of you, my darling. Keep up the good work. Hosting, Anthony. Yes. I gotta call Frank Joseph and thank him for making Celia very emotional. But that's the power of the BWW system and the team.
The Kenneth, he did a phenomenal.
Yeah, well, I'm coming around. Because
I was going to talk to him after this. Cantor, you never mentioned me.
And everybody that been to the BBS, you all have nice takeaways, but what I want to say is the power of the BWW team, that you can go to any part of the world, a BWW system is, and it is pretty much exactly the same that is being run here in the United States, and as the reason why I brought that point up, because the Tallahassee team is growing now, and you have cross lines of plugging into your team out there. So as of now, you have to maintain that BWW standard, right? And that's one more thing I mentioned that to Silly, that I know you guys came back from a BBS last night. You're pretty much tired Before now, we used to like say, okay, you went to BBS, no PASE, right? But you know what? That's in the past. It doesn't matter now. You go to BBS, you have PASE on the Sunday. The reason why, because you have cross lines going to be plugging in. You're going to have new people coming in more often to the business. So it's like if we were to look at the BBS that we had here between last week, we had for the Atlanta team and then Tallahassee team. So it's like 2 weeks we would be missing PASE.
Right.
So if you have new people coming in, then that's 2 weeks new people will not get any exposure to association.
Jonathan and Rod.
Right. And Jonathan and Rod and another week. So if we say, okay, Jonathan and Rod, and then this, then we won't have PASE no more. So there should not be any question as of today now if we have a PASE any day. Okay? If Nadia and I are not here, the PASE will move to Kenneth. Right? She's going to organize how it's going to be done. If Kenneth and we are not here, then it's up to Celia to do that. Okay? So are we clear on that?
Yes.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. Appreciate that very much. Yes, now I just spoke a lot about what was not nice was my kids was laughing at me. It was going pretty good till the day. It was going pretty good till the last day. That's when I decided to get into the water on this, because every afternoon I watch these people from my veranda because the beach was right there. And that's not too hard. I can do that. I can do that.
That's because he rented the board for 1 hour, and in 15 minutes he gave the board back. So I said to him, you got to live your dream for 15 minutes. So.
No, I want to go and ask the guy, am I going to get a refund for the other 45 minutes? Right?
Movie.
Yeah, we'll get there. Yeah. But yeah, not that much, right?
And also, one thing that we got to do that he wanted to do was the underwater scooter. Guys, if you've never done that, it's incredible. You're in this big bubble. Your head is in a big bubble, and it's like a contact lens. So you see everything, like a major contact lens, and all you see was underwater.
Right?
Yeah. All you get to see is what's happening under the water, which is like the beautiful fish. The kids saw a turtle. I mean, it was just incredible.
Okay, so here
we're
not gonna train. That's it. We'll train. We double up on our training next time. But I want to say, Kenneth did an awesome presentation. Before we left to go to Hawaii, Kenneth and I spoke, and I asked him to put together all the documents in one location where any and everyone could go and have access to it. So you can make hard copies of it, but it's all there. Okay? So again, Kenneth, thank you for all you do technically for the team. All right?
And we just want to leave you guys with a little something, a little bit of
dream
trip.
A little bit dream
Building
building.
there.
Okay, hold on, get into it. It's right here.
Oh my God.
And you're drinking the water. How deep down?
10 to 12 feet.
Oh.
Hey. Oh yeah.
Beautiful water.
Oh, it kind of blew you out.
Oh, that was our hike. That was us leaving the top, or almost the top.
Yeah.
Leaving the
Wow.
top.
Just before reaching the top, you come to a ledge part where when you look up, it's 6 to 5 steps before you reach the final.
Whoa. This was hiking through Manon Falls.
I was in the jungle there. It was in the jungle.
We were shopping.
No, this is the big
Yeah.
shot. See that BB?
That was actually Arizona Memorial. Yeah, that's the Pearl Harbor.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yep. That's
Should we assign?
We'll do that
Oh, yeah.
offline. We'll do it offline.
Okay, offline.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys.
All right.
Have a good week. Enjoy.
You got it. Thank you.
Bye.
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 For the rest of the day.